Hey guys, thanks for coming to my video. This channel is all about learning and growing together and having fun while we do it. If that's something you're interested in, hopefully I can earn your subscription today with this video. So this one here that we're going to be looking at is about the passport bros, basically men who are leaving whatever country they're in, I guess. I think it's typically North America, but I'm looking to learn. I've only heard about this. I don't know anything about it, so interested to learn what it's all about. I wouldn't say I'm new to this idea, because when I was younger, I remember I was trying to date like a girl in Germany off of Facebook, and there was a girl in Ukraine that I met via her friend who lived in Canada. Like, she lived in my apartment building, and then she was like, hey, I have this friend back in Ukraine and whatever. So I'm not totally foreign to the concept of this. None of those relationships worked out, but I mean, I'm interested to see what's going on here. But also back then I was like I didn't have a lot of money. I was like 24, 25, like just starting my career. So it kind of didn't really make sense.
Hi folks, the Filipina P here. And today's question is, what do women think of men who leave their home countries to seek love in foreign lands? Well, apparently there's quite a war of words going on between a certain segment of Western women and men who pursue international relationships.
Who could that be? Who could that be? Why would anybody care? It's the same argument with everything. When anybody does something you don't like, they're always like, why do you even care? Why do you care that he's gay? Why do you care that he's leaving to their country? Why do you care that he's making more money than you? Why do you... But people always care. So, hey.
It seems there's a lot of animosity against these guys, with name calling and outrageous accusations. The conflict centers around a movement called the Passport Bros, who are typically black guys who have gotten fed up with the situation in the West and decided to look elsewhere for a happy life.
Typically black guys? What? Okay, that I was not expecting that at all. I did not expect it to be like a typical black thing. That is so weird. Okay, whatever. Let's learn.
Now, even though the Passport Bros are mostly African Americans, I think you'll recognize the same tactics being used to shame any guy who dares to dream of finding a better mate overseas. So, what are these women saying about the men?
Oh no, hold on. Before she starts, okay, I'm gonna take a stab. I'm gonna take a stab at this. It's gonna be like you're race mixing because you're black and you're not dating a black woman. Like, you're leaving and going to some other country, and like we're losing our homogeneity. Is that the right word? Where it's like the group cohesiveness by like doing that. And I was married to a black woman. So I guess I was also bad in that way for on both sides, for the white and black side. I remember her parents. Her parents, I was like the only white guy in this, well, white person. Well, that's sorry, there was two. One of her uncles was white. He was like Italian, and when you'd have like a family reunion, it'd be like 40 black people and then two white guys. But okay, and yeah, they were not so big on the fact that I was white. I remember that was a whole thing, and I constantly got told that I didn't understand stuff because I was white, and it was just like a whole thing. And it was like, why are you giving me this extra headache? I was like loving your daughter at that point. You know what I'm saying? We're divorced now, so it's a little different. But at that point, we were in love, or supposed to be. So I just don't know why you're adding all this onto me. Okay, I'm expecting a similar argument, and it's going to be some bullshit from this woman.
Passport bros go to third world countries and purchase little girls and turn her into a breeding mare. They're little girls, you're sick.
Oh, shut up! Shut the hell up! Little girls, just because they're Asian and they're small, they're a. Re- oh, fuck. Sorry, I swore I didn't want to swear, but honestly, that pissed me off. That wasn't even like the argument I thought it was going to be. I was expecting something else. That it's like little girls. Shut the hell up. It's like the biggest lady. She must have been like 350 pounds, dude. And then talking about little girls. No wonder they're probably like 100, like 110 Asian 5'2" women.
Hey, who you calling a little girl?
Oh my God. Oh, the music.
So where is all this anger against the passport bros coming from? It sounds like the guys just want to find greener pastures, and their women don't seem to like him very much anyway. So what's the problem? Well, let's listen to how one woman describes the passport bro phenomenon.
Black women, are you ready? Apparently, there's a group of, you guessed it, Black men who have grown weary of the quote control that Black women have over them. So they've decided to seek dominance elsewhere, and that's in the form of traveling to third world countries to seek a bride. What's at play here is that these dusty, mediocre at best so-called men have finally come to the realization that Black women are no longer willing to settle for the bare minimum and are choosing to stay single and maintain their peace.
If they're dusty, mediocre men, why the hell do you even care? They're dusty, mediocre men. What the frick? See, I didn't say the F word. I said a different F word. But I wanted to say the real F word. That is the dumbest thing. You're complaining about dusty No, because you're just slighted. You're just upset that they're going somewhere else. You're going to name call because that's what we do. That's what we do. And look, I was married to a Black woman for almost 7 years, okay? Plus the dating period, which was like almost 2 years. I have very good experience in this area, and I'm going to tell you, no, I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to get canceled. But you know what I was going to say.
If divesting to desperate and disenfranchised women is so great, why do you all have to make an announcement, a grand announcement? Oh, I know why. Because you actually think that this will hurt Black women. So, sayonara, arrivederci, adios.
Okay, so the end.
I'm sorry. That's what you should have just been like, you should have said that in the beginning. It didn't even need to be that long. You should have been like, okay, you're going, cool, bye. That's it.
Desirable, dusty, mediocre at best, so-called men want to get away from you? I wonder why do you want to do that? You sound really sweet and not bitter at all. As for why the passport bros want to announce their intentions, maybe they're not trying to hurt women. They're just letting other men know that leaving is an option. But if you want to make it all about you, be my guest. So how does this next lady describe the movement?
I am not mad about Black men getting their passports and paying to play overseas.
I don't understand how, I don't know if this is this an American thing, but like everybody I know in Canada has passports. It's like, why are there so many people who don't have passports? And they're like, I got to get a passport to go. Like, why the hell do you not just have a passport when you're like 20 or like 18? You got a passport. This is weird. Maybe that's because we all go to the States. Like, we all go to the States shopping and stuff. Like, it's pretty common. So we're like, oh, I get a passport. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why is everybody like, you guys don't go anywhere? You just sit in your cities? I don't know what's happening. Just stay in the States, I guess.
I just truly want to help these men to see logic and reason. A man that's looking to marry a foreign woman went to an event wearing a top hat. Brother, are you serious? You look ridiculous. And you're clearly undesirable, but I'm sure that you've blamed Black women for your lack of what it takes to attract them.
Sorry. Why is he clearly undesirable? Because he wore a top hat? I think it's funny. I wouldn't have done it, but I was just like, okay, he's trying to have a little flair. He didn't look bad. He looked like a normal dude. I don't understand. Why is he undesirable now?
But you want to go overseas where women are unaware culturally of your nature and pay them to pretend while you give them nothing but money and a wet behind. They aren't marrying these women. The men in this movement are largely undesirables or men that want to use a woman freely without her giving any pushback.
I feel like the main point we need to take away from that is she said, "Oh, they don't want any pushback." Lottie freaking da, genius. Did you just realize that now? Who wants to sit there in a relationship and every time you try to do something, or half the time you try to do something, it's like, no, no, you can't do that, blah, 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 blah. Nobody wants to deal with that all the time. I mean, yeah, once in a while that stuff comes up, but it should be like 5, 10%, not like 50% of the freaking time. It shouldn't be something you need to say because it should be so rare that you're just like, well, you wanted to buy a gun and I don't like having guns in the house, so I was like, no, you can't get a gun. Like that would be like a rare occurrence. It's not every little thing that's happening. It's not 50% of the time, so you don't need to say it. Am I making any sense here, or am I just being whack right now?
No, I'm not mad that certain men have decided to go out of the country looking for their next victim. I'm completely okay with that.
I'm getting some mixed signals here. You say you're fine if the men want to leave, but then you call him ridiculous, clearly undesirable, and claim they're just using women. You say you're just trying to help, but that sounds more like an attack. So maybe you do care, just a little. And you say men don't come here for real relationships, but that's just not true. My cousin married a passport bro, and they've been happy for years. So why are these women misrepresenting the guys who want to leave? Well, after watching a few more of their videos, I started to notice some common tactics.
The passport bros are dehumanizing women to the point of basically being used for their uterus and domestic capacity. The passport bros want to put them to work in the bedroom and the home.
I feel like you just described a traditional relationship in the worst way possible. That's what you literally did. Because my mother stayed at home and looked after and raised the kids. So by your definition you just gave, she would be getting used for her uterus and for her work in the home, and that's it. I really want to give you the finger right now.
Ah, yes, the claim that the guys are coming over here so they can turn women into slaves and force us to work in the bedroom while they impregnate us. Diabolical. You seem to think we're mindless idiots with no will of our own. We might be traditional women, but we're not empty-headed. You may not know this, but in the Philippines, women actually have quite a bit of say-so in the household. Just talk to some of the foreigners that are married to us.
No, that's not what we're coming over there. We're coming over there for you to shut the hell up and let us have sex with you and then make babies and look after them and clean the house. And I want dinner ready at 5 o'clock, and I want my beer ready when I go sit down on the couch and watch my sports. You don't get to be talking back. And when I give you your $100 or whatever currency you have in the is it pesos in the Philippines? When I give you your weekly allowance, that's all you get. I'm sorry, because that's what it is. Because I'm the man. Oh my God, that's so cringe.
But I suppose you know my culture better than I do, right? And as far as turning us into incubators, you've got that completely backwards. 99% of the time, it's the Filipina begging the foreigner to have a baby. Where are you getting this stuff from? Next.
That's because she wants to trap him. She wants to trap him with a baby, and so he has to like stay with her or pay her money. That's what happens here. Doesn't it happen there? I don't know. Doesn't work that way there? I'm not sure. I just figured it was the same everywhere.
But you have to understand, a lot of us, 46, be 47 soon, each day that goes by makes me more grateful that I'm divorced. I thank God every day that I'm divorced. If you want to get your passport and go overseas, you're welcome to it. Bye. I mean, maybe there you'll find women who are okay with being treated like doormats. I don't know.
I feel like she just had like a really bad experience, and then she was putting it onto men that these passport bros. Maybe I just did the same thing with my own personal experience earlier. Hey, I'm sorry, okay? I'm a human being. I make mistakes. I don't know what's going on.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sure you're very happy with your choices and the way you've carefully crafted your life to end up alone. But you think foreign guys treat us like doormats? Lady, you have no clue. Foreigners have the general reputation of being more caring and attentive than anything we've ever known. Who told you otherwise? Or maybe you're just making assumptions again.
You know what it is? Why they probably more caring and stuff. And I'm actually okay. I don't want to get too personal here, but it's like if you meet somebody who just makes your life easy and brings value to your life, like they make your life easier rather than more difficult, and they bring value to your life. That's why you treat them more special because you've dealt with things or with people who make your life more difficult, and then you find somebody who doesn't, and then you're just like, wow, this person I need to appreciate so much because what what they bring to my life is so special. And that's why it's like that. So I'm not saying with this that all North American women are a certain way. I'm not saying that. You can find that here in North America. I'm just saying that these guys, when they go over there, they see a different culture, they see a different way. These women who are, act different than in North America, and they're used to dealing with that more, yeah, I guess feminist style in North America, like we're working, boss bitch type stuff, to a woman who's more comfortable in a traditional role, which is easier for men because if you think about it, this whole thing with women working and becoming boss bitches and making more money than guys or even or whatever, it's so new. Like it's what, 60 years or so, and it's just it's like hard for people to sort out how to work in that. Like it's not for everybody. Like a lot of men feel like they're confused. They don't know what to do. How do I navigate in this relationship? When this woman is making more than me, she's the breadwinner. She's out there working and doing certain things and building her career. And yet, you know, I'm like, I can't raise kids like as a guy, right? Like you can't have kids. So then it's like you're fulfilling a role that I don't know, like you have to find like your role in the relationship. It's just difficult. It's not like a natural thing for a man to do it, whereas a woman, it's more natural and easy, right? Because that's you're predisposed to that. So now you're asking a man to learn certain things that maybe he wouldn't have, and he's just it's hard to see your value in the relationship if you don't. Being the provider and taking care of you financially, providing for the family was a big part of men. It was like the whole hunter-gatherer analogy, right? There's still other parts, but that was such a big part, and now it's disrupted. It's just difficult, and I think we need more time to figure out how to work in that. That's it.
What else you got?
Passport bros are nothing but a bunch of pedophiles who's traveling across the world to get young girls. It's pedophilia tourism.
Just because girls look young does not mean that they're like pedophiles. Like Asians typically look younger.
Nothing but pedophiles? Nothing but? Which means that all the guys who look for partners outside their country are pedophiles? That's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. But you made the claim, so you have the burden of backing it up. So please, give us the evidence. Show your data. I've been living here 30 years, and the women that foreigners choose are adults like me. And in case you didn't know, buying little girls is completely illegal.
To be fair, she doesn't look 30 years old. She just said she's at least been living there 30, so she's at least 30. She doesn't look 30 years old. I would put her, well, she looks like she's at least in her mid to late 20s, so not that much younger.
The fact is, the vast majority of passport bros are coming here for a real relationship with a woman, not to molest a child. What's wrong with you? And why would you accuse your own man like that?
It's 2022. You're talking about a freaking passport. I've had one of these since I was 2. Y'all were acting like they just came up with these in 2022. I'm gonna go over and get me a woman to be able to abuse her. Ain't nobody gonna do. Do y'all understand how people feel about Americans? That just goes to show you ain't been nowhere. So y'all think y'all gonna run your broke asses over to other countries and they go, oh, these some black kings from America. Most people don't like Americans. They think that we are overrated. They think that we're better than everybody else. They don't like us. They don't like us. They sure not gonna like you if they know that you're getting your passport so you can come over there and abuse their women. That as a black man, if you want to roll up in some of these other countries and try to abuse their sisters and their daughters and their nieces and their mothers and taking them out, toe tagging 4.5 of them a day, you know what's going to happen. You're going to get hacked up with a machete.
What? Isn't that in Africa where they're hacking people up with machetes? Like, that's where I always heard the stories. Okay, whatever. She's like, people don't like Americans and Philippines and stuff. I don't think that's true. I think like India, like Philippines, Singapore, Malaysia. I think like those places they like America. Maybe like you could say Iran doesn't like America, or China. I don't know. China probably is somewhere in the middle, but like, what are they talking about? Doesn't like America.
Exactly, lady. If you come over here and start abusing women, you will get hacked up by a machete. I assure you. If you come over here and abuse me, my dad's got a nice big blade with your name on it. And how many passport bros have gotten hacked up? 0. So I guess that proves they're not here to abuse us. Funny how that little thing called logic works, isn't it?
My question is, how do you not feel slimy and disgusting as a person, knowing full well that you are going to another country, seeking out women that you perceive as easier to manipulate, easier to control, and easier to take advantage of? And even if you do find some poor woman that needs a green card, wants to move to the U.S., or, needs money, that's still not love.
Is it over yet?
So on that note, safe travels, and I hope that you and all the other passport bros get exactly what you're looking for.
I'm sorry, guys. She's saying stupid shit, and she's got the nose rings, and she had 2 of them. I can't deal with the freaking nose ring. As soon as I see that, I'm just like, nope. Would have made it worse if she was a redhead. If she was a redhead and a nose ring, oh my God, that's like a nuclear bomb for me. That is just like, turn the video off now. I'm sorry to all the redheads. It's just not my thing.
Of course, the famous "she just wants a green card" argument. I get so tired of this one. Because contrary to what you all seem to think, most Filipinos are happy to stay right here in the Philippines.
This shit is true. I swear to God. When I told you guys I was trying to date these German and Ukrainian women, when I was in my 20s, like they didn't want to come over here. They weren't like, I want to leave. They were like, you should come over and live here. I was like, what the hell? I thought everybody wanted to be in North America. This is like, I was like, what's wrong with you? This is supposed to be easy. It was not easy.
If our partner says he wants to live here, that's fine with us. We're really not all that demanding. We just want a roof over our heads and a meal on the table. So what other insults you got?
You want to know what your problem is? Your entire life you were told that skinny is good and fat is the worst possible thing that you could be. You're not able to wrap your head around fat people being comfortable in the skin that they're in because you're uncomfortable in the skin that you're in. Fat women wearing outfits that you won't even wear because you're ashamed of your stretch marks. They wouldn't even give you a second look. The truth is, fat was never a bad thing. And once we figure that out, you'll never be able to put us back in that box again. You can have it. I'm sure it'll be a much better fit for you.
Just no. Just no. Okay. I can't.
Killing two birds with one stone. Shame the men for not wanting large women, and shame skinny women for being skinny. Brilliant. But I'm not sure you're gonna convince men they just been taught not to like fat women. And you're definitely not gonna convince me that I'm secretly jealous of you because I can't wear your clothes. But nice try. This is fun. What's next?
Someone who comes from one of these third world countries that men go to pick up women, we know they're losers. We know that they go over there because they cannot get anyone in here. And if these men go over there thinking that these women want to build a family with them, that these passport bros want these women for sex, these women want them for money. And again, they deserve to be scammed. We know they're losers. We know that they cannot get any women in here. That's why they go over there. And the same thing with the women. But let's not worry.
Yes, there is a part of this where women want guys who are financially stable. Women in our own goddamn countries want guys who are financially stable. No woman is like, I don't care how much she makes. Well, I shouldn't say no woman. Yes, there are some women who don't care. But in general, women care. That's just how it is. So why would you think it's any different when you go to another country? They're still going to care. They don't want to move here and then be living in like a shoebox. They want to be like living in a house or something, like a nice house, better than when they came from. So if you're moving them here into poverty, that would make sense.
Boring. Calling guys losers and saying they can get a woman in the West is a tired old insult that just doesn't work. Because what you don't seem to realize is that it's not that they can get a Western woman, it's that they don't want one.
Sir, on behalf of all Black women everywhere, we absolutely do not give one solitary about you going to another country and finding a wife. Please go choose somebody else. And it never ends the way that y'all think it does. And I really feel sorry for those women. And so if they're willing to pump it up, because we know that little thing don't work no more, if they're willing to pump it up for y'all, have at it. Have a great day.
Pump it up? Okay. Oh, God. I'm sorry. Why did I click this video? I feel like this is just shitty TikTok review after shitty TikTok review, just like peppering me with stupid comments. It's just...
Well, there it is. When you're out of ammo, just take the easy way out and go for the low-hanging fruit of a guy's junk. Call him a limp biscuit, a wet noodle, a rumpled foreskin. I'm sure they'll actually hurt his feelings so bad he won't want to leave anymore. Just like I'm sure he'll totally believe that you don't care if he does. I mean, you don't sound mad or anything. So that's the end of the insults. But
Thank
in case you
Lord.
lost track, here's a recap. Men that look in other countries for love are undesirable losers. They're pedophiles whose only interest is purchasing children so they can abuse,
Obviously.
dehumanize, and enslave them and turn them into breeding mares and domestic robots. These
I mean, what else is there to do in life except that? Come on. I mean, seriously. Trying to start my own plantation here. We're back in the 1600s.
sick men give their poor and desperate women nothing but a wet behind. And all they care about is controlling and molesting their victims with defective junk that has to be inflated with a tire pump. But the women aren't angry or upset at all. No, of course not.
Maybe it has to be inflated with a tire pump because you're just not attractive to them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But it had to be said.
They're happy to see you go. So at this point, does anyone still wonder why these guys want to escape? Well, at least one woman gets it.
If you actually look at a passport bro, which I know many of them, they are not going over there to grape and conquer. They are going over there because they are giving up over here. The reality is that there are too many women that are saying that they don't need men. Men want to be needed. They want to feel valued like they are protectors. They say that they're tired trying to find a woman in the United States, let alone a metropolitan area like LA or New York, where women say, I don't need a man, go away, who do you think I am? My purpose in this is to defend the passport bros because they're not raping and pillaging and like doing anything crazy. They just want a traditional woman.
You made a big mistake by playing that TikTok because you literally played like 10 TikToks from black women, and then the TikTok where you're like, this woman gets it as a white woman. I'm sorry. Oh my God, you clearly don't live in North America or United States to have done that. You don't know the shitstorm if anyone's watched that and they're like, oh, this Asian bitch thinks this white woman is gonna tell me? Oh my God. Whew. That's like their second biggest enemy is white women. Or first biggest enemy, and you're their second. I don't know, however you want to put it. Jesus. That is just hilarious.
And that's basically it. The passport bros are coming here for the exact same reason that so many other guys do. They just want to find a partner that loves them, and they've discovered a way to make it happen. So let's call an end to this war. The women say they don't care if the men leave because they're the unwanted ones anyway. So stop attacking men on their way out the door. Just let them go in peace to find happiness wherever they can.
Go in peace. Go. Just go. Oh my God. Okay. She's done. That was fun. Not really. Kind of fun? It ended fun. I don't know. It was a wild ride. That's how I should say this. It was a wild ride. Well, I had a lot of flashbacks to being married to a black woman, so I think I need to go take a break. Yeah, I gotta go do some meditation. It's too much. It's too much. Okay. Alright guys, thanks. Hopefully you like watching me suffer in pain in this video. Please like and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.